हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज हम लोग बात करेंगे प्रोडक्शन पार्ट अप्रूवल प्रोसेस। इन शॉर्ट वी कॉल इट एज पीपा। सो डियर फ्रेंड, बिफोर वी स्टार्ट डिस्कसिंग अबाउट पीपा प्रोसेस, so you can stay connected with me by subscribing my YouTube channel, which is in the name of Ashish Agarwal Corporate Trainer. So dear friend, so production part approval process, in short we call it as PPAP. That is a component of APQP, Advanced Product Quality Planning. So this APQP process is developed by the Automotive Industry Action Group in short we call it AIAG, which includes FMEA and control plan both as key tools of APQP, and they are the subset of PPAP process. So dear friend, the purpose of PPAP is what? It defines generic requirement for a part approval including production and bulk material, to determine if the supplier understands all customer engineering design record, all specification requirement, and the production process has the potential to produce a quality product consistently meeting the requirement raised by the customer during the actual run. It means using the actual user conditions at the quoted production rate. So these are three prime requirements of PPAP to ensure this requirement. So PPAP shall apply to internal as well as external side of bulk material, production material, as well as production or service parts. So PPAP sometimes is not required for bulk material unless requested by the customer. So it is not a mandatory requirement to go with the PPAP process for bulk material unless until requested by the customer, and it may be applicable you can say to standard catalog production or service part unless waived by the customer. So dear friend, there are the situations where we need a full approval of PPAP process. Suppose you are developing a new part or a new product, so that is not previously supplied to the specified customer. Another condition is correction of a discrepancy. Suppose there is a part which is already submitted, or a supplier is supplying a product but there is some modification in the design, there may be some ECN implementation. So these are three major conditions for that PPAP approval is required. But there are other some situation if requirement by the customer. So customer notify the submission requirement. So what are those cases when customer can notify for the PPAP submission? Use of other construction or material. If suppose raw material is changing which was used in previously approved part or product. Production from new or modified tools including additional or replacement tooling. Production following upgrade or rearrangement of some existing tooling or equipment, some major modification or some upgradation activities are carried out in toolings or equipment. Production from tooling and equipment which are transferred to different site or different plant or different location. If there is a change in sub-supplier for the parts, non-equivalent material or services like heat treatment, plating, product produced after tooling has been inactive for more than 12 months, or we can say for 1 year, with accession of low volume parts. Like suppose a model is discontinued, so you are providing the spare parts only, Product and process change related to components manufactured internally or by some contractor that can impact fit, form, function, performance, durability, etc. So dear friend, other requirement is change in test inspection method. Suppose new technique is being used, so there is not enough evidence that new method has measurement capability equivalent to the old method. Another one is additionally for bulk material. Suppose new source of raw material from new or existing supplier. Change in product appearance attributes. So the organization shall submit for PPAP approval prior to the first product shipment. So whatever the supplier organization, they should review and update as necessary all applicable items in PPAP file to reflect the production process, regardless of whether or not customer required a formal submission. So PPAP file shall contain the name of authorized customer or the customer representative who is granting the waiver and the date. So there are, my dear friend, PPAP requirements. So whenever you are submitting the PPAP data, it must be submitted from the production run when you are running the production in actual condition using production equipment and tooling. Production implies the operator which are going to produce that part at the required production rate to meet the customer delivery requirement and the actual production process as per the process flow diagram. So all the data reflect the actual production process which is to be used at the startup before SOP. So this PPAP, another requirement is PPAP parts to be produced from 1 hour to 8 hours production with a minimum 300 consecutive parts unless otherwise the quantity specified the customer. The run shall be manufactured at the production site itself as we discussed in the previous slide using tooling, gauging material and operator from the production environment, and parts for each unique production process like duplicate assembly line or work cell or multiple cavity tools or dies, etc. So it should meet all the requirement like design record, specs, etc. If unable to meet, if the supplier is unable to meet the PPAP requirement, he need to contact customer for determination of appropriate corrective action with a time plan. Inspection and testing to be performed by a qualified in-house laboratory or some commercial or approved test laboratory. So all the commercial laboratory or outside the company laboratory, so there must be name of laboratory, date of the test result, and what are the standard use. They have to submit a report on the letterhead or normal test report format. So regardless of part submission level, it may be the level 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, all applicable records, all applicable documents must be available in the PPAP file or reference in such file, which must be readily available whenever a requirement. So sample production parts, some master samples or checking aids or checking fixture, or you can say panel checker, they must be readily available for the customer use in PPAP process. For any expectation or deviation to PPAP requirement, so supplier need to obtain prior approval from the customer. So supplier should have a documentary evidence for any deviation granted by the customer. So there is a list of official PPAP requirements. So we have 18 requirements of PPAP process: design records, authorized engineering change documents, customer engineering approval if required, DFMEA if it is required, if the part is designed by the supplier. Process flow diagram, in short we call it as PFD. PFMEA, control plan. MSA, dimensional result, record of the material and performance test report, initial process studies, qualified laboratory documentation, AR report, appearance approval report, sample production parts, master sample, checking aids or checking fixture or panel checker, customer specific requirement, and the PSW, part submission warrant. So dear friend, you can connect with me by subscribing my YouTube channel, which is in the name of Ashish Agarwal Corporate Trainer. Thank you very much.